What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 122 of the weekly patch notes, brought to you by X2Skip. It is your boy. No, I keep saying it's your boy, bro. Hey, it's your man. I'm grown now, though. Hey, 30. Yeah, it's your man Toms. Hope you guys are doing well. And we're gonna keep it groovy like a drive-in movie. With me, I got Maxwell. What's good, homie?
I am tired and hungover.
Oh, nice. Nice. Good times.
Not nice.
It's not like Rez, so it's okay. You'll survive. And with us we have.
I can just go to bed.
Yeah. Don't worry. Let's get through this. We got you, bro. With us we got Kid Kojeezy. What's good, Kojo?
I was literally screaming into my microphone. But yeah, I'm chilling. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yeah. Well, at least there's F1 this weekend. Alright. Anyways. And yeah, before we get into the gaming tidbits and everything that's going on, does anyone have any admin or announcements?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, Max?
No, not really. Just there's a typhoon coming in today, and it's going to be raining all day.
Howdy, bro. Hopefully you're on high ground.
Yeah,
Alright.
should be.
Yeah, good. Alright, well, not much from my side besides something I had to give feedback on. I forget what it is. Okay, it's probably not important. Anyways, we get on to it. Starting with the gaming news. Max, what you got for us, man?
All right. So, not much really. Let me start off by talking about PlayStation. So, have you guys heard about the news on the PS Slim? What Sony intends to be doing going forward?
PS
Yeah.
Slim. What?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, take it away, Kojo.
Fuck you mean? It's not my news, but from what I know, is it the one where they said they're going to be reducing the size but keeping the price bars?
What?
Yes, exactly that. So Sony is intending to reduce the storage size from 1 terabyte to 825 gigabytes. But the price is going to stay the same, and this is just some nonsense. Like, in this day and
Okay.
age, how the hell are you reducing storage space? 1 terabyte was already too small.
I agree
But
with you.
yes,
Goddamn.
that'll be happening. So I'll just say avoid the slims in general. Go for a typical one, or go for the Pro, which has higher storage space. But then if you're a person who likes customizing your own storage, then just go for a vanilla PlayStation and get yourself a bigger storage. Then the other thing I want to mention is Metal Gear Solid Collector's Edition. This I've already spoken to Koja about previously, but Tommy, I don't know if you saw news about it.
Nope.
So you know how people in general pay a little extra for collector's editions to get some additional items with the game, right? Yes, and the whatever comes in a collector's edition varies from game to game. Well, Konami were giving out a figurine of the main character, Snake, and this figurine looked so bad that it getting the collector's edition is not necessarily worth it. It feels like you are paying more for cheap shit. Like, Tommy, it is so bad. Like, imagine if you used Temu, Shein, or some dodgy second-hand website to purchase original products, and you're getting fake products. That's how bad the figurine looks. Like, you should Google an image. Just like go,
I'm
if you
trying to
can
find it
right
now.
now, go Google Snake figurine collector's edition, Metal Gear Solid remake,
Okay.
and you should see how ugly and terrible it looks. Like, you
Am I
would
looking
not
at the one
believe
with like
that
a
it's an
big head?
official. I don't know if I noticed the big head. I just looked at how lackluster the details were. Where it's like, am I really going to be paying all that for something that looks like somebody else, a hobbyist, made in their spare time?
Like a 3D printer.
Dude, I think a 3D printer would make a better quality than whatever the hell they offered.
Hectic. I can see it though. I get you. I get it.
Yeah,
It, yeah.
it wasn't worth the price of admission. But yes, those are my two small little ting-tings.
Okay.
Anything from you guys? There's rumors, but I'm not going to touch upon those rumors. I'm just going to wait for the news to come out and for the situation to be official to speak about that. So that's probably going to be next week. Otherwise, yes. What you guys got.
What you got, Kojo?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have something, but I'll put it in the gaming corner. I think it fits better in gaming corner.
Oh, okay. For me, so Silk Song, Hollow Knight Silk Song, that is. A lot of people have been saying, it was highly anticipated. Look, I mean, I have Hollow Knights, but through Game Pass. I'm not one for platform as much, but hey, man, I'll give it a try. I gave Ori and the Blind Forest a try, so mostly because of the music. But anyways, I'll give Hollow Knight a try. But anyways, when Hollow Knight's Sing Song was released recently, it crashed all of the console stores. So Xbox, PlayStation, even Steam, and Nintendo, all the stores crashed the moment Silk Song was released. This is because a lot of the servers did not anticipate how much flooding of traffic they would get with the release of the game. With Steam, it stopped people playing any game. Not just for other stores, you just could not buy the game. Every time you click buy, it freezes or the button is just inoperable. But then for Steam, it crashed any person's game. Anyone who was still logged in would have been okay. But you just trying to enter a game at that time, nah, actually, like Steam services were just not connecting. The era 502L3, if you guys know it well, and then bruh, shit was real. So that was pretty interesting that a game that came from, wait, are they an indie? I don't think they are, but to me they give indie vibes, like Ori and the Blind Forest. Like, it's just, no one really even knows the studio that made y'all, but aside, so yeah, big ups to them. And that's pretty much all I have.
Cherry.
Eh, who?
Team Cherry, that's their name.
See, what the fuck is that, bro? Like, clitoris. Anyways, moving on to the gaming corner. Give it to us, Kojo.
Okay, where's my tab? Here. Okay, let's just go over some releases of the week. First up, we have Metal Eden, PC, PS5, Xbox Series. It's an FPS game, September the 2nd, 2025, currently sitting at 73 on Metacritic. Next, we have a game called Hirogami, PC, PS5, action-adventure platformer, September 3rd, 2025, currently sitting at a 58 on Metacritic. Then we have Void Crew, PS5, Xbox Series X, action game, September the 4th, 2024 for the console versions. No release date for the PC versions as of yet. Maybe, who knows. Currently sitting at an 80 on Metacritic. Then we have a DLC release for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It's called The Order of Giants, PC, PS5, Xbox Series, September 4th, 2025. No Metacritic score as of yet. Then we have Hollow Knight Silksong that Tommy mentioned. PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, Xbox Series S. Pretty much all of the consoles. Metroidvania game, September the 4th, 2025. Currently sitting at a we don't know on Metacritic because it's recent as of the recording of this episode. Then, no review codes were sent out prior to the release. So, then we have Hell Is Us, PC, PS5, Xbox Series, action adventure game, September 4th, 2025. Currently sitting at a 78 on Metacritic. Next, we have a game called Shoot and Order, PC, Nintendo Switch, adventure game, September the 5th, 2025, currently sitting at a 73 on Metacritic. Next, we have NBA 2K26, one of the big ones of the year. Tommy, this one's for you.
Yeah.
PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch, sports game, obviously. September the 5th, 2021, currently sitting at an 81 on Metacritic. Then we have Everybody's Golf Hot Shots, PC, PS5, Nintendo Switch, sports game, September the 5th, 2025, currently sitting at 72 on Metacritic. Then we have Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion, PC, PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch 2. It's a vehicle combat sim game, September the 5th, 2025, currently sitting at a 71 on Metacritic. And lastly, we have Chronos The New Dawn, PC, PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch 2, survival horror game, Tommy. Currently sitting at a 78 on Metacritic, released on September the 5th. And that's it for the releases of the week, but not the end of the gaming corner, because finally, after how long, I finally have something to talk about on the gaming corner side. And I'm going to talk about a game called 007 First Light. Remember that one, Tommy?
Yes.
Maxwell, remember that one? Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys saw the news, but on the 3rd of September 2025, there was a state of play that focused entirely on the game. I didn't even know it was happening until 30 minutes before the event, but I'm happy. I'm glad. I had no idea. But it shows you I'm not on X anymore, and I don't really, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I'm not really on social media that much anymore, so it went over my head. But I was able to catch it. They released it was a 34-minute video presentation. They showed quite a bit of gameplay. They explained a few things. And, so the first bit of it was uncut gameplay. Well, it was cut a little bit, but it was like a bit of like one of the first missions. And then there was like an intermission where there's a bit of talking. The main actor came out and spoke a bit. I'll get to that later. And then the CEO of the studio introduced the next segment, which was a explanation of like how you can approach the missions and things like that. So without going too deep into it, it was, as I said, a 34-minute presentation. The first part showed a mission where they were going to this chess tournament. It was Bond. He was driving the car, and it was a bunch of other agents in the car, and they go into this chess tournament. And he is tasked with being the chauffeur and just watching over the... basically, he was posted outside. They told him, your job, seeing as you're fresh, your job is to stay outside. He sees something suspicious, so he decides to infiltrate the chess tournament against orders. Things happen, then it cuts to a car chase, and then it cuts to a car chase, which is one of the pillars of this game, I believe, is car chases. Then it goes into shooting segment, very action-packed segment, which is full of explosions, more explosions than I expected in a Bond story, like a ridiculous amount of explosions. People have been, or from what I've seen briefly, some people on YouTube have described this game as Hitman, obviously, which makes sense because it's from the Hitman devs. Hitman meets Uncharted, and I can see that. There's even a segment where you fall out of a plane, and I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, seems about right.
Yeah, I'm like, cool. But it looks...
Has Uncharted copyrighted falling out of planes now?
Yes, they have. But no, the way they did it, it was like, bruh. I'm not saying they're copying, and you're right, they're not. They are not. Uncharted didn't copyright or patent. I'm just saying the similarities are there. People are actually not right, but people are actually. The similarities are there. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's pretty cool. They're taking nods from, because it's very action packed. Even the car chase sequence it was reminiscent of the car chase sequence in Uncharted 4. I know I'm making a lot of Uncharted comparisons, but if you guys go and watch the gameplay presentation, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. Like, this game is a young Bond, so this is like, a very young Bond. IO Interactive said they had complete creative freedom, minus a few specific things, but they had complete creative freedom to do whatever they wanted. So this Bond is more cocky, brash, young, bombastic. But the Bond we know in the films is more calculated, calm, thinks more, that kind of thing. So yeah, no, it was a very cool 34 minutes presentation. Halfway through, the main actor, Patrick Gibson, came out and said, oh, he's, proud to be Bond, so, and he went through the cast. So Patrick Gibson is his name. He's going to play James Bond. Priyanka Burford will play M. Alistair McKenzie will be Q. Kiera Lester will be Miss Moneypenny. Lenny James will be Bond's mentor, John Greenway. And Noemi Nakai is Miss Roth, who is like a mysterious character type of thing. You see a glimpse of her in the gameplay trailer, in the gameplay showcase. But yeah, if you ask my thoughts on the game, real briefly, I'm thinking it's looking good. There were some people pointed out there were some performance issues. I went back and I looked, I'm like, yeah, there are some performance issues, but the game is coming out. Oh, I forgot to mention. The game is coming out March 27, 2026, which is pretty close, considering they announced this game 4 years ago and only officially showed it to us this recent state of play a few months ago. But if you ask me what I think it looks cool. It has that Hitman DNA in the sense that you can approach missions, however you can approach certain situations however you want. You can even talk your way out of such situations if you can. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. And also, Hitman is all about crowds. They have that crowd density and how AI moves. That's still there in this game. You can see that it's still there. So someone made a comment and was like, usually games like this, they focus more on the story and the gameplay is by the by, it's passable. But then it's more of a cinematic thing that they go for. Whereas this game is trying to do both. Give you that cinematic, high fidelity story whilst giving you varied gameplay. So we'll see if it works out. But I think it's looking pretty good so far. I think majority of I haven't checked social media much, but from the brief glimpses I've seen, there are obviously criticisms. But I think for the most part it's more positive. From the comments I saw on YouTube, I think it's more positive than negative. But yeah, that's it for my rambling. Sorry for rambling. My bad. Any questions about my TED Talk?
Any questions? Nah, it's all good, Dad.
Okay.
Max, you got anything?
Yet. I remembered something I wanted to mention in the beginning, but it is so out of random that I'll just let it be. Maybe I'll mention it next week.
No. Damn it, Maxwell. Say it.
It doesn't fit anywhere neatly.
It doesn't matter. The thing is, Maxwell, I hate it when people do that, man. Fuck.
I want to tell you something, but nah, never mind.
Dude, that is, and I know you hate it too, Maxwell.
No, the thing is, it's because one, it literally does not fit anywhere neatly, and two, it's something which it's a topic which is out of time relevancy. It happened way back, and then recently it popped up again, and I was just like, oh, this is something to go over, but this is something to go over at the start because it doesn't neatly fit in anywhere. Hence why I'm like, okay, might as well just push it off to next week where it can get it out of the way at the start.
You're gonna forget.
I probably will.
Okay, how about this? You don't have to talk about it now. Just tell me what it is. I'll put it down in the notes, and then we can come back to it next week.
It's about the Apple tax when viewers are donating or not donating, gifting money to Twitch people or YouTubers, blah blah blah.
Yeah, of course.
Wait, didn't I see something about that today? About how there'll be no taxes on Twitch stuff?
Oh, is that nah. I doubt that's possible, given because that's what I was gonna go over, how exactly it works, because previously when we first mentioned it, I didn't fully understand how it worked. Now I know exactly how it works and the workaround of how to avoid it and all of that crap.
Okay. All right. Now we can. I wrote it down. We can proceed.
Is that it, Max? I bet. All right. Well, I don't have anything gaming corner wise. So that brings us to the halfway section. If you guys are liking this so far, please do leave a like and subscribe. All right. Now, moving on to the content creator side, I'm going to brief through the updates on some of the stuff. Okay. Because past 2 episodes have been pretty much about these stories. The Rampage Jackson with his son Roger Jackson and what happened to Psycho Stu. Rampage, who's the dad, is now casting blame on Psycho Stu for aggravating Roger Jackson in the first place. Now, we already know, Sharp, that is technically the case. Yes, if that little incident did not happen, then this entire thing would not have happened. But again, Psycho Stu explained that he thought that with Roger walking around with all the cameras and whatnot, that they were trying to do a wrestling stint. That's it. Like I mean, it was a misjudgment, sure, but your son did not have to still get in the ring and do what the flip he did. I feel like Rampage Jackson is doing everything he possibly can to keep his son out of jail, which, hey, good for you, Doug, but your son is a fucking premeditated murderer. So, yeah, nah. Anyways, moving on to the Cenat Mafiathon 3. As you guys, Koja did mention in the previous episode, would be coming through. So, yeah, it's begun, but I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I haven't really been keeping up much with it. You know this guy, right? He's going to bring celebs on celebs. I think there was even I think it's fake, to be honest. But apparently Kim Kardashian was on this shit, threw a chair at him. You can see like most of these clips on his channels and whatnot. But then the weird part for me, I'm going to gloss over literally everything that has happened in the Mafiathon 3 to just question y'all about this one part, because there was a time in the Mafiathon 3 where Cenat was, because he had a DJ that he had not hired but collabing with through the stream to just play music while he showers. Okay, obviously the DJ is not in the bathroom, he's outside, but like, yeah. And obviously Cenat's not naked in the shower for y'all gooners out there. But anyways, the weird part, right, is Ray J comes in.
The Ray J thing, yes.
Dude,
sorry,
it was weird.
I'm sorry, I had to. If it is what you're gonna talk about, then this is hilarious.
Even if it's not a skit, bro, like, come on, guys, we just finished things with Diddy, bro. Like, come on, this is too soon. So anyways, Ray J just like appears, and then you already see Cenat reacting. He's like, Ray J, don't get out. Ray J out here wearing like a fucking Michael Jackson fucking hat, and like full shades and a suit and a coat. Nigga like takes off the hat first, bro. Like in like the most dramatic way ever. And then you see Kai Cenat with a bonnet and shit. He's like screaming, get out, get out. And then like Ray J just oh my god. Ray J eventually gets to the point of being in shorts and tries to get into the shower with Kai Cenat. And yeah, I'm thinking, guys, the Diddy situation was so recent. And remember Orlando Brown was even clowning Ray J every time he would see Ray J, and he was just start making all of these weird expressions and gestures and shit. Like, oh my god. Yeah, I know, Shem. I know it's interesting. Kai Cenat definitely knows, but I know how to keep things entertaining. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna gloss over most of the other shit because I mean, I wasn't there. Who else did he bring on? Was LeBron James there? I think.
Not yet.
Well, not yet.
I haven't watched. To be honest, I've watched like 30 seconds of that thing.
Yeah, I've seen clips, bro. Like I
haven't even seen clips. I've just heard things.
Oh, bro. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. Apparently, he kicked it off with some guy from Sinners, the movie. Don't know who this guy is. Miles Catton. Who's Miles Catton? Anyone? He also had the Jabberwockies, which was pretty much okay, I guess. With the dance he did, bro. Ugh, everyone dances weird when the Jabberwockies invite them. You know, goddamn. What else? Yeah, I forget. But anyways, yeah, so that's pretty much it. And yeah, that's all I have for content creator side. Kojo, you got anything?
You know what's funny? You didn't actually mention the Ray J thing I thought you were going to mention.
Other than him trying to get in the shower.
Yeah. I didn't know about that part.
Oh wow.
But the part I saw was a headline which I went to look for more on. So this is what I saw. He got kicked, and you hinted at it, Tommy. He got kicked out of Kai Cenat's house. Kai Cenat kicked him out for saying one thing. Do you know what he said?
The N-word? I don't know.
Worse.
The K-word? Do they have that?
Even worse.
Jews. I don't know.
He called hhimself the new Diddy.
Oh, you see? Nah.
So Ray Asian boy asked Ray J, is like, hey, have you ever gone to a Diddy party? And he said, have I ever went to a Diddy party? I'm the new Diddy. And then Kai Cenat kicked him out. And while Ray J was leaving, you could hear him say free Puffy a number of times.
Oh my god. See, this is the thing though. I never know if it's a skit or if they being dead ass.
Nah, I don't think this one was a skit. Michael, this was a skit.
I reckon they're just being stupid.
Yeah, I don't think this was a skit.
Yeah, okay.
Because Kai Cenat tries to stay out of these things. He doesn't do politics. He doesn't do,
True. When you got invited to
drama.
Not Met Gala. You got invited to something and then man just left.
But anyway, I just wanted to add that.
Shit. I bet. Thanks, bro. What else you got?
Nothing.
Oh. Bax, you got anything?
The only thing I have is, again, a Kai Cenat situation. You all remember the whole Nigeria school shit?
Yep.
Yeah, so apparently I didn't look too much into this because I don't really care to follow the man. But apparently he got some experts and some people he's working with on stream to answer questions and show people that, hey, I haven't given up on this. I am still working on this. And he was asking the people he works with who are based in Nigeria questions about how the project's getting along and all of these different stuff. And these people apparently were given a whole bunch of excuses of why things haven't gotten started and whatnot. Like they're talking about how resolving things in the government is a process. They haven't acquired the correct land yet, and laws and regulations have to be overseen and passed for them to get the school confirmed and all this different stuff. And on paper, that sounds legit, proper, and all of that. But going into the comment section, people naturally have their doubts where it's divided into two sides. On the one side, people are saying, yo, some of these things which you are claiming, or these people you're working with are claiming, this stuff should have been resolved from jump, from the moment you were planning to do this. These things should have been clear. Like, for example, land, where the school exactly is going to be. That's something that should have been taken care of long ago. It being taken care of now just gives the impression that you never had a concrete plan. This was just a whimsical idea of, oh, I want to do this, as opposed to, hey, we've gotten all of these taken care of and out of the way, and we're going to start building. So that's the first factor where people are like, how committed to it was he really? Then the second factor is people saying, yo, if these guys who are giving all these excuses to Kai Cenat, it sounds like there's corruption afoot where the money and all of that stuff is not really going to where it's supposed to be going. There's certain unsavory characters who are probably pocketing all these things, and that's why nothing is happening. And Kai Cenat is being gullible to just accept what he's being told. So at the end of the day, I feel like if Kai Cenat was trying to show people that, hey, I'm committed to this thing, I think it didn't achieve much. It just made things more murky, because what I got from it is either A, Kai Cenat is not serious and he doesn't know what he's doing. B, the people he's working with are incompetent. And maybe he should have never gone for Nigeria, should have gone for another country. Or C, yeah, that there's corruption afoot and this thing is never going to take off.
It's giving Akon.
Yeah. But then,
Rest in peace,
you see,
Akon.
that's some people are defending Akon, saying it's because of corruption on the continent of why Akon's ideas never took off. And that's why you see people like Kai Cenat and other people who make ideas or plan to do investments, it never goes through because they are individuals who are just ruining the whole idea.
It's the same though when Mr. Beast try to open up like more taps and water for people, right? Like here in South Africa, they're like so pissed.
The Mr. Beast thing, the tapping, it was just him being terrible about it. That one I at least researched somewhat, and he's not even looking after those things. It's just a stunt, PR stunt of, hey, look at what we've done, and then he just moves on and doesn't take care of those things or anything like that.
I knew it.
Because that's also my problem with philanthropy, where it's like, when you start, cool, that's great, but what about maintenance? What about, are you going to be bringing in people who are going to take care of these things? Are you educating the people around the area of how to look after this stuff? Who exactly is going to, what legacy thing are you doing to make sure this thing survives? Hence why in a lot of countries there are laws against doing philanthropy and stuff like that. Hence why I only believe in certain philanthropy act if you partner with the correct company, because that company, their whole shtick is doing that thing. So if you do right and go to the correct people, I can back it. But then if it just feels like it's a one-off thing, like how many of Mr. Beast's philanthropy stuff do you hear updates about? Mr. Beast doing the well stuff, Mr. Beast giving people those homes in whatever that South American country was, Mr. Beast ABCD. He just does it and then moves on with his life.
I've heard about people returning cars that he gifts them on videos.
Oh yeah, no, the car return thing is because of taxes. Like, yeah, you might not need to pay for it, but the taxes are so bad that there's no point having it. Like, apparently I was reading about, the whole Oprah thing of you get a car, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-mm.
Apparently that was only one time, and it was actually just a promotional stunt, and that the car which was being given out, the company who were doing it were more than happy to give out the car because they expected most people to return it because the taxes would be too expensive, and that's exactly what happened.
I knew it.
Yeah, so philanthropy just looks good for PR. It's full of shit. So for me personally, if you're not donating money to the correct organization, I think you're full of shit, because you don't have the background, you don't have the skill set, you don't have the connections, you don't have the interest, you don't have the history, and you don't have the resources to maintain the thing. You are just doing it for one day in your miserable life, and then next week or next month or next year, you're not even going to remember that thing. So if you're going to do a one-off thing, you're just better off giving money to the correct individuals so they can maintain something. Like, for example, cancer research or other type of research. You don't see people, hey, we hired scientists to go research this. You say, no, we donated X amount of money to this institution. Why can't you do the same with charity or other organization? Why must you directly now be involved all of a sudden? Because you're trying to circumvent certain things, because it's disingenuous, because you're trying to make a PR stunt out of it.
Circumvent, I like that word.
Yeah, but that's just my 2 cents on the whole situation. And yeah, that's pretty much it about Kai Cenat and the Nigeria thing. So probably you won't hear about this for several months, and you'll probably hear that he gave up on it or something along those lines. I doubt it'll ever come to fruition.
Yeah.
Okay, before we move on,
Yes, Kojo.
let me jump in 2 things. So, in Kai Cenat's, when I clicked on his Mafiathon 3 stream one time, it said there 50% of revenue going to school in Nigeria, whatever. I just clicked on it just to make sure it's still there. It is still there, so Maxwell, he's not giving up on it. I'm not saying this. Wait, hold on. Before you, wait, hold on. Before you cut my head off, hold on. I'm not saying that it's going to go through. I'm just saying that it's still a thing that he plans to do. I'm not defending. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying that.
No, of course it's still a thing. I mean, he had the whole thing of asking questions to the Nigerian representatives, trying to show viewers that, hey, I haven't given up on this thing, because people were questioning him like, we want updates. But I'm saying, give it a year or so, and you won't see much about it.
Chances are you're probably right.
Because
I'm not even gonna lie.
It's still relatively fresh now.
And second,
and I'm not saying this I'm not even saying this out of him trying to do PR, because it could be PR, but it could also be him saying, while I do get PR, let me still do something good. I'm looking at it as in terms of maintenance. A lot of people don't think about maintenance or are not bothered about maintenance, so they let go of something down the line because it's a bigger drag than they expected it to be, or a bigger commitment than they expected it to be. And that's why I use Mr. Beast as an example. Perennial or serial philanthropists are one good example of people who are just doing PR stunts, because when you are genuinely doing good, it's a long-term commitment. It's not a one-off 1 month or a few months and then you move on. No, it's going to take several years of your life to see through something. And the fact that you're already doing 5-7 different projects shows how fake or how not committed you are to the cause. Like, name me one person who is passionate about something where they've done 10 different other stuff. Like, look at Leonardo DiCaprio, how passionate he is about the environment. Do you see him talking about anything else? World hunger, disease research? No, it's always the environment, because the shit takes over your life, because that's how big of an issue any of these individual things are. They take time. Look at LeBron with his schools. You don't see him opening more schools. You don't see him doing all other stuff, because these things consume resources, consume time, consume your life. So that's why with the Kai Cenat thing, I think with time, he's probably going to move on.
Okay. And second, that was my first thing. Second thing, I am not a Mr. Beast defender. I am not a Mr. Beast attacker. I am just a man. However, fair is fair. I believe fair is fair. So, Maxwell pointed out that he pointed out a bunch of Mr. Beast's philanthropy things. And he was right in saying, oh, what has Mr. Beast done to keep up the work? What is he doing? He's very right. Which once he mentioned, especially the wells. And once Maxwell mentioned it, I'm like, wait, hold on. Didn't that thing happen recently with the thing? Like, I remember seeing stuff about the well issue. So I went and checked, and I remember that someone called Mr. Beast out saying, oh, the wells failed in Africa. He abandoned it whatsoever, blah, 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 blah. And then he clapped back saying that people are so desperate for views and ad revenue that they claim that the 100 wells that we built they don't work anymore. So he sent someone to all the wells, all 100 of them, to take videos and show that they're still working, and he posted them on a website. So he was like, here, all 100 videos. I haven't gone to check them myself. I'm just saying what I saw on the TV. I'm just saying what I saw on the news. Now, again, I'm not defending the man. I'm not attacking the man.
Yeah.
I'm just...
Question.
Yes, Maximilian.
How long ago did he make those wells?
2023, I think.
Was it that long ago? Damn. That well situation feels like it was a last year thing.
Wasn't the houses in South America last year? I can't remember. I don't keep up with his philanthropy stuff.
No, neither do I. But then I thought the wells. No, you know what? Who cares? Yeah, no, that's good. Let's see it also a year or two down the line, and if they're being maintained, then I'm in the wrong for that. But then if they're not being maintained, then it's like, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if they... I don't want to say they fail, but I won't be surprised if they stop working. Honestly, I forgot about these walls until this news debacle happened.
I also won't be surprised if they fail, because I go back to the whole thing of, I just think of how these things consume resources and whatnot, where it's just like you're just better off partnering with companies and organizations which their whole shtick and being is whatever that topic is. But yeah.
All right. Cool. Thanks, gents. But I guess that brings us to the esports, yes? Yes. All right. Well, I don't have anything for esports. Still watching the LCK. Of course, SKT dominating. But yeah, this much we knew. The games against Gen G. Yo. But I mean, for obvious reasons, Gen G are, I think, their best contenders. Well, not best contenders. What am I saying? Best rivals. So yeah, updates on that once they are finished as to who won. But anyways, yeah, Kojo, esports.
One thing. So Evo is the biggest fighting game tournament in the world, pretty much. It has 8 games on the main stage and a bunch of other games, in the venue as well. They have some previews of upcoming games, big games, and they also have the indie alley where they have like indie developers showing off their games. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Evo was big, and Sony was a co-owner of Evo for 4 years, but they sold their stake a few weeks ago to the esports group Nodwin. So you're probably wondering, but this happened a few weeks ago. Why are you bringing it up? Well, I bring it up because there's more that has happened. So recently, Evo was co-owned by 2 entities. So Evo So Sony owned a stake as a co-owner. They owned Nodwin. No, wait. What am I saying here? Okay, look. Okay. So Sony was a co-owner of Evo, along with another group called RTS. Now, Sony sold their stake to Nodwin. So now Nodwin co-owned Evo with RTS. There, that's what I wanted to say. However, now RTS has been acquired by Qiddiya. Now, for those of you who don't know who Qiddiya is, they are a mega project supported by the Saudi Arabian government's public investment fund. So they also are behind the EWC, like they have a hand in the EWC, which is the Esports World Cup in Saudi Arabia. So, long story short, Evo is now co-owned by a Saudi company. Now, as you can imagine, this caused... Actually, no, before I get there, let me just get the quotes from the Chief Strategy Officer, Muhammad Al-Dawood. He said, and I quote, "Excited to share that Qiddiya has acquired full ownership of RTS, a strategic step that will further strengthen our esports business and unlock new opportunities across the broader gaming ecosystem. And most importantly, this will enable Qiddiya to keep fueling the continued growth of Evolution Championship Series, or EVO, the world's largest fighting game tournament event since 1996 with unlimited potential. This milestone paves the way for setting new heights in the evolution of EVO bars towards achieving the aspirations of the fighting game community," end quotes. So, big news. As you can imagine, this didn't sit well with a lot of people in the FGC, because a lot of people in the FGC are part of the, the LGBTQIA+. So, and Saudi Arabia is known for their not being a fan of such things, let's just say. So, a lot of people, and even in the EWC, a lot of games in the EWC, well, not a lot of games, but there's some people who didn't even take part in the EWC because it was held in Saudi Arabia. Like, I know an Apex player who didn't go to the tournament in EWC because he's part of the community and he didn't feel comfortable going. So fast moving on to Evo, a lot of people have come out and, made some comments. I was watching a video earlier. Someone was like, I'm paraphrasing, but someone was along the lines of, are they going to add throwing LGBTQ people off the roof as an event in Evo or something like that? I don't know. That got a chuckle out of me. That made me chuckle. I shouldn't have laughed, but it was kind of funny. But then other people are like, it's whatever. It's whatever. It's just a new owner. Who cares? But then other people like Sonic Fox, who's also part of the LGBTQ community, he's a fervent advocate. They are a fervent advocate. They came out and said, look, they are not going to go and compete if there's an Evo in Saudi Arabia, he's not going to go. He's just going to compete at Evo in America, and he said he has a goal he wanted to achieve with Evo, and he's going to see it through. He hasn't mentioned what type of goal it is, but he just says Evo is important to him because he has a goal to achieve. But he said he's not going to be silenced, his voice will not be erased, he's going to be gayer than ever and louder than ever, and that type of stuff. And he's not the only one. Other people have also, fighting back against the idea of it being co-owned by a Saudi company. However, the Evo, in response to the backlash, the Evo general manager, Rick Tyher, he commented on X and Twitter, and I quote, "Everything I've worked on in fighting games has been with the ambition of bringing our community together. Inclusivity, community, and connectivity matter to me. It's deeply personal that they remain part of what I work on, and that the future of Evo respects that," end quote. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Not much to comment on there. What do you guys think about the situation? If you have any opinions, you can voice them out now. If not, we can move.
I plead the fifth.
Of course you do. I'm sure Max has nothing to say. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't care. It's what you call it. Um.
excuse
What's
my
the
friend.
word I'm looking for? It's online playing, competitive playing. I couldn't care less about the scene. If it ended tomorrow, if it ended today, if it ended 10 years from now, it's not going to change my life. If it moved to a different country, still couldn't care less.
Okay. Well, that's Max. Thanks, Kojo. Yeah. Max, you got any esports? Hey, bro, can never be
No.
too sure. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the episode. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. And yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. You know what I'm saying? And big shout out to y'all for listening this far. Thank you so much. Please do leave a like and subscribe. We are here every week. Yes. Anyways, that's going to be the end of the show. Once again, thank you so much for joining myself, Kid Kojo, and Maxwell, as we gave you the X to Skips weekly patch notes. And we'll catch you in the next episode. Stay good and stay not laggy. Yes. And yeah, check you in the next episode. Peace out.